we are highly satisfied with our results for the half year, mainly because it was achieved in a period where conditions were actually quite difficult, and the whole portfolio effect of the group had to kick in. And while some businesses were under pressure, other businesses continued to perform well, and actually exceptionally well. And we've come up with a good total result. Our core earnings are 15% up, which I think is exceptional under the conditions. And our turnover was up by 18%. Our operating profit for the group was up by 12%. Operating profit for the half year is 3 billion. And the turnover number now in value is hit the 45 billion mark. So if you were to analyze that, we're getting to 90 billion, so probably heading for about 100 billion. So it's a lot of growth in the scale of Imperial. Over the last 4 years, our turnover has grown on a half-year basis from 25 billion to 45 billion. So there's been organic growth, but there's also been very good acquisitive growth in the group. But looking at the balance of the business and the different businesses in our portfolio, where we found things more difficult was in the more corporate side of the business, the industrial type of logistics-related businesses that we have. Then on the other hand, the retail-orientated businesses of our group, distribution businesses, the financial services that go with that, our vehicle retailing businesses, those have all improved very, very well. And our operating profit is well up in that area, is about 19% up in that whole cluster of businesses, which is very strong. It's the biggest part of our group. It's about 2/3 of our operating profit in this half year. Moving on to our prospects, we expect conditions to continue to be difficult in the South African logistics area, in the German logistics area. But what is very, very positive is our exposure to Africa. It's growing significantly in logistics. Now more than a quarter of our local logistics business is Africa, not outside of South Africa logistics. And over the last 2 years, our exposure and our operating profit to African businesses north of the borders have actually doubled, and we expect that kind of momentum to continue. Then we believe there's still a lot of momentum in the vehicle market, notwithstanding the rate of growth in car sales having tapered down somewhat. The market will probably still grow between 6 and 8% this year, which is good momentum, and if you combine that with the after-sales business that's become quite strong, that will be good. Industrial products which we distribute, the forklift business, commercial vehicle parts, which is a new acquisition which we've made, all of those we think are quite positive. And then the financial services businesses are looking good. Talking briefly about acquisition type of growth, our balance sheet is strong. Our gearing is approximately 50%, and that's good because we've done about 500 million of share buybacks in this half year, and we also, compared to the same half a year ago, we've also now included Lenkering in our numbers, which was a large acquisition of more than 3.5 billion. So if you look at the robustness of the balance sheet, there's significant capacity for acquisitions, and we must carefully find the right ones. And Imperial has a good track record of adding acquisitions to the portfolio, and the one deal which is now effective is the acquisition of RTT Health Sciences, which gives us a good exposure into Africa.